Hello, it's Mark from Cars and Cameras, and today we're going to take a look at the GoPro Hero 8 kit. This is the black edition. I picked it up at Costco. Comes with a couple of batteries and an SD card, a fast SD card that allows you to shoot the 4K 60p, because unless you have a fast SD card, you're not going to be able to do that. So here's your USB-C. Everything to the GoPro Hero 8 Black Series is USB-C now. And here is the mini GoPro. And I do like the compactness of the GoPro. And we're going to go over all the pros and cons of this device, the things that I like about it and the things that I don't like about it. And let's get right into it. Okay. So here it is, and let's talk about the high points. I have to say that this GoPro probably has the best image stabilization that I've ever seen, and I've compared it against the Sony action cams, and this is even better stabilization than you get with the Sony action cam, which is several years old now. So here's some 4K 60p footage. I'm also going to slow this footage down to 24p. That's why I shot it in 60p in the first place. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that. But when you slow it down, it does give it a nice silky smooth look to it. You can see here this has now been conformed to 24p. So it kind of slows it down just ever so slightly. And it can also, when you're moving, it's moving footage, you can also get, even there's smoother action with it. But, with a fast moving squirrel, it does do a good job. And the colors out of it are really nice. Now, a couple things that I don't like is you definitely need some kind of screen protector for the back because, that screen on the back there is going to get scratched up pretty easily. And from my understanding, the older GoPro models, you could remove the front lens cover, and here you can see it's all built into the unit. So that's something to keep in mind if somebody makes, like an aftermarket protective cover for that screen because it can get scratched pretty easily. And, because it's such a wide angle lens. Now, on the side here, you have a mode button and you have a record button. Now, when the camera is off, if you press this, it will immediately boot up and go right into recording mode. Mine is not doing that because there's no SD card, micro SD card inserted, but that's what would happen normally. And once it powers off, I'm going to go ahead and power it back on again and show you what that's like. So on the side, it's a power on-off button, and it's also a mode button. I believe that there is the microphone, and it does have pretty good sound. I was actually pretty surprised. So let's boot it up now. And I do like the simple menus. Right now it's in time-lapse mode. And to change that, you just go ahead and hit the mode button. We're going to get it back into video mode. So you just go ahead and press that there. And now we're in video mode. And you can see how it's, basically you can orientate the camera either horizontal or vertically, but we're going to do the proper horizontal profile for video. Now, I do like all these basically quick settings here, and you can add your own and you can name them. You can see there I have one cinematic, and you can name them outdoor, activity, whatever you want to do. But you can see here you have complete control of everything. And here the highest bit rate the Pro Tune settings is called high, and I believe that records around 100 megabits per second or so, and that seems to give you the best results. Also, you can adjust the shutter speed, which is really nice, so you can adjust for the proper 1/48th shutter speed. The problem with that is if you're shooting outside, it's going to be too bright, so you're going to need some ND filters for the lens, and they do make them for this unit. I just don't have them with the kit, so I resulted to the standard automatic shutter speed, which actually looked pretty good. I was really impressed. It did not look choppy at all. So they've really tuned this camera just really incredible, I have to say. And I do like the GoPro colors straight out of the camera. There is ability to do a flat color profile for grading, but I do like all the settings here. It's really nice. And let's talk about the settings. If you want to use this for vlogging, you have 3 settings on the lens. You can basically go linear, which is its tightest, lens look. And then you have wide, and then you have the super wide. And the super wide is great for certain shots. I didn't use it too much because while it's not really a fisheye, I'd use it in certain situations. So I think for me, the wide and the linear are mostly what I concentrated on using. Now, one quick tip, if you're going to use this for vlogging, you're going to want to use the linear and then turn the boost on basically the boost on, and that gives you the smoothest footage. Now it is going to crop in a little bit, but because the lens is so wide, if you're going to use it for vlogging, that would be my suggestion for your best setting. So you can do that. But I noticed very little difference between turning the boost off. The stabilization on this camera is incredible. It is very, very good and very easy to keep it horizontal. I also like the LCD screen in the front. You can see there we have 4K 24p and we're at linear setting. We can see we have no SD card and we're at 92%. We've got this proprietary mount here. And this is one of the things that really drives me crazy, because I know this is kind of a GoPro thing, but you can see on every other device like this Canon camera, you see how you have that tripod socket there? Well, they call that a 1/4-20 mount, and that's a standard mount for mounting on any tripod or any other device that you want to mount it to. But with the GoPro, you don't have that. You can see the same thing at this little Sony camera here, this little bloggy camera. It even has a little 1/4-20 mount on there. But see, when you got the GoPro, you have to use all this proprietary stuff. Now, it does come with the adapter to adapt it to different devices, but that's about it. It does not give you a 1/4-20 mount. Now, I was really concerned about these little mounting clips here, but you can buy these. They're held in by 4 screws. So if this thing does break, you can replace it. It's not like your whole camera is toast, but it is really nice when it's closed up for certain situations. It is a very small unit, and it does a good job. So let's go ahead and mount it up now and see how that looks. Okay, so when you go ahead and mount everything, you have this pin, and you can see it just kind of goes in kind of like this, and there's the pin. And, the pin is nice. It's just the pin's a little too big. There's probably somebody makes an aftermarket pin that's not so big. But, it is nice because you can undo it, and when you put it on the handle, it's easy to adjust it for the right height. But, this whole mounting thing does make it just a little bulky, but I do like you'll see on the footage, the image stabilization is incredible. It's probably the best I've ever seen, and it is nice. And the unit is waterproof. Not that I would be using it for that. One other thing I did not like about the unit is it's really hard to get that micro SD card out of there. Sometimes you have to take the battery out. It's kind of hard to do, but if you take the battery out, you can get it out. So guys, there's my quick look at the GoPro Hero 8 Black. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.